Welcome to News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery.
We're so glad to have you this morning. This is another one of our programs in our series of programs about the University of Texas of the Permian Basin in its 40th year. We are so proud of this gem that's within our midst that serves all, in fact, the whole nation, but particularly all of West Texas and a lot of their needs. And our guest this morning, we're very honored to have the president of UTPB and the chairman of the Department of Engineering and Technology. So you're going to meet Dr. David Watts, the president, and the chair of the Engineering and Technology Department, Forrest Flocker, and you're going to really get to know these two programs just like you've already learned about many of the other departments and divisions and services that are offered through the University of Texas, the Permian Basin. And I want to start with you two gentlemen and just get a little bit of background about you. So Dr. Watts, tell us about you and how you got to UTPB.
Well, I'm delighted to, Johnny. I'm a native Texan. Grew up in the San Antonio, Austin area, and went to the University of Texas at Austin as an undergraduate, and then left the state for graduate work, and then worked outside of the state for a number of years, and came back to Texas. Every Texan comes back to Texas.
That's exactly right.
Right, and so I've been in about 5 universities in 4 different states over the course of my career, and you're not allowed to ask me how many years that is. And then I came to UTPB in 2001 after Dr. Chuck Sorber, who I'm sure many of you remember. And have been there ever since.
Oh, and the neat thing about this is you got to come home to a UT system school.
Johnny, you picked up on that right
away. Oh,
yes.
A lot of people don't understand that the state of Texas has 3 systems in higher education. The first one is UT, the second one is A&M, and the third one is a community college level, a 2-year level, Texas State Technical a college system. Right. And so the UT system, of course, is our flagship of the whole state, and we are so pleased that to have you here and have you with such a great history.
Yeah, I appreciate that so much.
And Dr. Flocker, tell us about your background.
Well, Johnny, I'm not originally from Texas. I'm a native Californian, and I made my way to the Midwest, and I really didn't get started into teaching until I was in my 40s, but originally started teaching up in Northeast Indiana in the auto industry area, and then I noticed that they were starting a mechanical engineering program here, and I wanted to be part of that, so my wife and I are delighted to be here.
Oh, good. And so you got your early higher education in engineering.
Yes, ma'am,
and that's what took you to the Midwest?
Yes, I started initially working as a civilian engineer for the Army in electric power generation, if you can believe that, for a mechanical engineer. But and then I worked my way down to the Houston oil patch, did designing offshore structures, and then I decided to get into teaching.
And that's one of the things that we really, really need is people that have been in the industry to come in and teach it, because they can really understand what happens on the floor. And one of the things, though, that I'm really interested in your background is that you have military experience, then you have industrial experience, and now you have from the education standpoint. So you've got a really good, varied background to be chairman of that department.
Yeah, it's again, like Dr. Watts, I've been in the business for a while, so.
You know, Forrest brings a lot of, as you pointed out, John, just a lot of attributes, and he's a real West Texas pioneer. When we hired Forrest, we didn't have an engineering program. So he got to build the program from scratch. He oversaw the development of the labs that are central and key to the program, helped to hire all the faculty in the program, It's Forrest Flocker. While Forrest may not have been born in Texas, he must have had some Texas in him to come and be the pioneer that he has been to our engineering program, and been extraordinarily successful. There are over 350 students, I think, this semester for us.
Oh my goodness!
In various engineering programs, and before I make any more of a fool of myself, I really ought to let Forrest talk about the more specifics of the program. But before we had engineering, we had technology, and that is a strong program as well.
Uh-huh.
And I want to be really clear that somebody who's got an associate's degree, and you know all about the associate degrees.
Absolutely.
And can come to UTPB in our technology program and complete the last 2 years for only $5,000.
I know. Oh.
Only $5,000, $2,500 a year, $1,250 a semester. And Johnny, the real attraction part of it is it's all online. You don't have to come to Odessa. You don't have to come
and continue working and
you can
feeding
continue
your family.
You can be south of Abilene. You could be north of Dallas. You could be like Forrest used to do in the Houston area, and complete this program all online, and end up with a degree in technology, which can be very, very attractive for a lot of people.
Very valuable.
Very valuable degree. So we started the technology program, and then that helped lead us to engineering, and I'm grateful to Forrest for coming and helping us start it.
And one of the beauties of UTPB is it's very responsive to the needs of the students. And so if we need a program, we develop a program. That's right. Exactly what happened with the engineering. Now with the resurgence of the oil business, all of a sudden it was imperative that you have an engineering department. And so let's talk about the engineering department. I'm so excited about what you've done there.
Well, the engineering department actually started in 2009. We had to start up with a new faculty, so we hired people, and I must say all the new faculty members, they seem to be pioneers as well. I mean, they're coming out here and they know that they've got to contribute to getting this program going. But in 2009, our first students we had juniors who had been through a 2-year program in engineering transfer. And so after 2009, in 2 years, we had our first graduates.
Okay, we're going to have to stop right there and take a break, and we'll be right back. Join us in just a minute.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.